pasó, güey? It's your homeboy Quetzalcoatl. Hitting you up with another quick little video. Have some pretty fucked up news. Some tragic news. Happened over the weekend. If you haven't heard by now, former WBO heavyweight champion Corrie Sanders was killed when he died Sunday morning after being shot that Saturday night at a restaurant by robbers. If you've known Corrie Sanders' fights, if you followed his career or seen any of his fights, you know that the peak of his career, the highlight of his career, was when he knocked out Vladimir Klitschko in the second round. Great fight, great moment. It was totally unexpected. I remember watching that fight and man, damn near jumping out my motherfucking seat when Corrie Sanders started laying a beat down on Vladimir. Of course, Corrie Sanders would then fight his brother Vitaly, and then Vitaly put the beat down. Some couple of notable fights that Corrie Sanders had with was also with Hasim Rahman, although in that fight he ended up getting knocked out. Another notable name is Ross Purity, who he has a win over, who, as you also know, Ross Purity has a win over Vladimir Klitschko. In the end, Corrie Sanders, his career wasn't quite great. You know, he didn't have the type of legacy where you would be like, oh, you know, sure Hall of Fame fighter or, you know, all-time greats. You know, he was nothing near that. But you have to respect him as a fighter for winning a heavyweight title against a legitimate heavyweight champion and knocking him out convincingly. You know, his name will never be, you know, told around the all-time greats, but Corrie Sanders will always be remembered. And a lot of thanks has to go to Vladimir Klitschko, because as long as people remember Vladimir Klitschko, talk about Vladimir Klitschko in the future, because of course, you know, Vladimir Klitschko is one of the best heavyweights of this generation, along with his brother, and is a future Hall of Famer. So, you know, down the line in the future, when they're talking about Vladimir Klitschko, Corrie Sanders' name is going to come up, and that fight is going to come up. And I think that's great for Corrie Sanders. You know, I like to say, go ahead and say R.I.P., you know, rest in peace to Corrie Sanders. He's not the first boxer to die tragically. More recently, we've had a couple of deaths that have come to good people. You know, people who weren't just good fighters in the ring, but good people out of the ring. One was Vernon Forrest, who was killed by, again, just like Corrie Sanders, he was killed by robbers. He was getting robbed at a gas station, and he ended up getting gunned down, and as he was trying to chase those guys who robbed him. Arturo Gatti, who died in Brazil under suspicious circumstances in an alleged suicide. Alexis Arguello, who also under suspicious circumstances died in an alleged suicide. A fighter from the past that comes to mind is also Salvador Sanchez, who died tragically in a car accident at the age of 23. And just boxing itself, I mean, it's a brutal sport, man. Boxing has a lot of fucked up stories. You know, you hear all kind of stories of boxers who were once great ending up broke. Of course, what I was just talking about with tragedies, people dying tragically. Then you got motherfucking fighters who end up with brain damage. You know, quality of life is all fucked up. I mean, this is not a pretty sport. And Corrie Sanders unfortunately fell fate to just something that he didn't deserve. And so I'd like to go ahead and make this video because I've seen a couple videos of people who also made a, you know, rest in peace video to Corrie Sanders, and I think that's good because he's not the type of fighter that too many people are gonna remember, and I think, you know, dedicating something like that, you know, to him is cool. So this is your homeboy Quetzalcoatl signing the fuck on out.